we are hiking down the sketchiest waterfall cliff in North America. This is definitely the riskiest thing.
Go slow, be careful, we're gonna help each other, and we'll be fine.
This is definitely the scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
The rocks are super slippery, the chains are super slippery, it's steep as
If you think this is sketchy, wait till you see the next part. I have no clue where to go. Holy. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Wow. Holy. That's not great. You should not do what I did. It's almost there, focus. Wow. Wow. That is exhilarating.
Mooney Falls is named after a man who tried to climb this waterfall and died. So there's real risk associated with this.
I'm Justin.
And I'm Jess.
The Havasu Falls Trail is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's one of the most dangerous, beautiful, and exclusive hikes in all of North America.
It took us 4 years trying to get a permit to this hike, which leads you into the Grand Canyon between its towering walls, down terrifyingly steep waterfalls, and through the ancestral land of the Havasupai tribe, which still call this beautiful place home.
During this trip, Jessica faced one of her biggest fears, attempting the nearly vertical 200-foot descent down the insanely sketchy Mooney Falls.
But this 4-day, 3-night backpacking adventure isn't just physically challenging, it's also known for its competitive and frankly chaotic permitting process, making this one of the most logistically challenging expeditions on the planet.
So if you're looking to learn everything you need to know to hike the Havasu Falls Trail for yourself, including the best tips for how to snag a permit,
or you want to get some seriously sweaty palms from the safety of your couch, come along with us on this epic adventure.
But before we start our hike, we need to make an overnight stop to pick up our permits and paperwork.
Welcome to the Grand Canyon Caverns Inn in beautiful Peach Springs, Arizona. We are here a day early before our Havasu Falls hike to pick up our paperwork, which includes our handy dandy tent tag, as well as 2 wristbands. So they usually recommend that you start the hike early, as in like 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. early because it gets so hot. But the check-in has pretty limited hours. They're usually open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., at least when we're visiting here in April. So if you want to get an early start on the hike, you have to get here a day early. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're car camping, which costs about $20 a night, or you might see behind me there's also a motel. And I think the rooms there run about $100 a night. So we're packing our bags now so that we can hit the trail bright and early tomorrow. Havasu Falls is located outside of the teeny town of Supai, which is located on the floor of the Grand Canyon. The only way to access the town is through a helicopter ride or a 10-mile hiking trail, which is how we're getting there. Supai is often regarded as the most remote town in the entire United States and is the only town in the entire country that still receives its mail by mule.
Wow, really? I didn't know that.
Crazy facts.
It sits on the Havasupai Indian Reservation, a tribe that has lived in the Grand Canyon for over 800 years.
That's a long time.
Historically, the public wasn't allowed to enjoy the turquoise falls here, which are regarded by the Havasupai tribe as sacred lands. That is until 1975, when the tribe turned to tourism to support its people.
We woke up at 4 a.m. this morning and drove an hour and a half to the Hilltop Trailhead, so we are officially starting our hike. It's about 6:30 now, because we just spent the last couple minutes packing up, getting ready, getting hyped.
We were originally planning on getting here at 4 a.m., but that's only because people recommend getting an early start because it can get really hot on the trail, but it's 30 degrees
Yeah,
outside right now,
pretty
and
cold.
I don't think it's supposed to get above 65 degrees all day today. So if anything, my hands and my face are freezing, and we had really wished that we had packed some beanies and warmer layers.
Yeah, I definitely recommend bringing along some warm layers, but we're gonna get hiking so that we warm up soon.
Okay, see you later. Headed down into the Grand Canyon. Wow. Jess, that is incredible. Something tells me that it's only gonna get prettier too as we go down. So you're fresh, you got 0 miles on you. Just remember how you feel. I'm excited to see what you look like on the way out when we get back here.
I feel like whenever we get back from a hard hike, we're like covered with like layers of dirt, sweat, sunscreen.
Wow, oh my God, the views here are unbelievable. Yeah, it's pretty early, so I doubt we're gonna see anyone hiking out for a little bit. I imagine in probably like the next 2 to 3 hours, we'll start to see people coming out from their trip. And I think they'll have a very different face on than we will going down. Man, this hike has such a breathtaking start. So we just got done hiking down the really steep part from the trailhead, and look at this reveal. Oh my God.
It seriously looks like CGI or something.
We are so lucky to be hiking right now. The light is absolutely extraordinary here in the morning.
The crazy thing is I never hear people talk about the hike up and down. You only hear about the waterfalls. So like either people are seriously overlooking this or the waterfalls are insanely beautiful.
I think this has to be one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. And it's panoramic. There's insane views in every single direction. This is incredible.
So here's the deal with visiting Havasu Falls. The only way that you can visit the falls is if you either have a permit to the campground or alternatively make a reservation to its lodge, which is in the Supai village.
Historically, each year, Havasu Falls permits go on sale February 1st at 8 a.m. and are available for purchase either online or on the phone.
That's Arizona time.
Regardless of how long you want to stay at the falls, permits are sold exclusively for 3 nights and 4 days, costing either $455 per person for the campground or $2,277 for a hotel room, which sleeps up to 4. We'll be sure to include We'll be sure to include links for where you can buy the permits below.
Additionally, in 2024, the Havasupai tribe introduced a new system, which was a pre-sale lottery, which was open from the beginning to the middle of January and essentially allowed entrants a better shot at getting their preferred dates. That's exactly what we did, and even though it cost an extra $15 per person, it was 100% worth it for us because we got exactly the dates that we wanted.
So I think we just made it down through the steep elevation gain from the trailhead, and we just reached the bottom of this canyon floor. We've got this sign that says to Supai and back to Hilltop the way that we came. And I think we're just gonna be hiking through a pretty flat-ish area.
And then it's kind of like sandy and sort of rolling hills until we reach the campsites. I don't think it's gonna be too bad. If you can plan descending at around 6 a.m. or whenever, like right after sunrise is, I would highly recommend it. We're hiking during golden hour and it's just spectacularly beautiful. The orange here is so vibrant, it literally looks like it's glowing. There's not even sun on it. I don't know how that's happening. The colors are so crazy.
Were you doing a little Grand Canyon dance for me?
It's hard to balance with my backpack. Got a heavy pack in the Grand Canyon. Yeah.
Okay, it's 7:48. We have not seen anyone hiking up yet. Jess and I estimate that probably about 200 people hike down and 200 people go out every day. Do you want to make any guesses as to what time we're going to pass the first person going out?
9?
You know, honestly, I probably would have guessed now. I'm a little surprised. I'm going to say within the next few minutes.
I've heard that people can literally start hiking at 2 a.m. when it's super hot, but like we said earlier, it's very cold, so I'm wondering if people are getting a later start than they otherwise would.
Good point. I'm going to guess in the next 15 minutes, and Jess is going to guess within an hour and 15 minutes, so.
Whoever wins.
Looks like I just won that bet. That was instantly. I think as those people were approaching us, I heard you say the loser owes the winner. What was that?
Fry bread, which they sell in the village. So, but fun fact, Justin is the only one who carries our cash. So.
Okay, well, you can owe me one.
Yeah.
The colors here are so extraordinary. Look at how the rock has just been, like it's got holes, like it's been scooped out by water. I'm just so glad that we got such an early start because, oh, there's the sun. Wow, that's the first time we've seen the sun today. There's us. I feel like this hike's about to become very different. much warmer. Do you want to take bets on how soon we take our coats off?
Well, I definitely overestimated how long it was going to be till we see the first people, so I'm going to say in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to say in the next 60 seconds.
As we alluded to earlier, the process for getting a permit to Havasu Falls is kind of chaotic. People often report issues connecting to the online reservation system and frankly have a hard time just getting people to answer the phone. For the last couple of years, the Havasupai tribe has actually oversold permits, meaning a decent amount of people actually successfully obtained permits but were later told that the reservation was canceled. Sometimes just a week or two before the reservation date, and in many cases this was months after booking PTO for work and booking plane tickets.
Accordingly, if you want to snag a permit for yourself, we'd highly recommend trying to avoid the most popular holiday weekends like Memorial, Labor Day, and 4th of July, because those are more likely to get accidentally oversold. Additionally, we'd highly recommend getting travel insurance, so in the horrible event that your permit is canceled at the last minute, things like the cost of your flights and hotels will be covered.
It's so cool. The scale is just impossible to describe. This canyon is so huge. Jessica's doing the so cool dance.
We have reached the Havasupai Indian reservation. They don't actually let you take videos or photos in Supai, which is the town itself. So this may be intermittent or we might jump ahead a couple of miles, but just wanted to let you know we have officially reached Supai. Woo!
We're actually not sure why you're not allowed to film inside of Supai, but it's worth noting that the prohibition on photos and videos extends beyond just the town itself and its buildings, but also to any Havasupai tribal members. If you visit Havasu Falls, please be respectful of this restriction and don't ruin this opportunity to see such a beautiful place for other people.
We just got to the bridge that you cross over to get into the village. Ever since we got done with the really steep elevation part, which was like the very first mile of the trail, not a single person has hiked past us. We also have not passed anyone else going the same direction as us. Every single person we've seen on the hike for the last 8 miles has been going out back to the trailhead.
So it's not clear to us whether we started super late at 6:30 or maybe everyone's starting later today since it's so cold. I don't know, very weird.
I just expected there to be hundreds of people along this hike, and it's felt like we've had a private hike. There's this sign on either side of the bridge that says, "Be courteous on the bridge, be patient and wait your turn." There's no other people except for this helicopter that's been flying back and forth overhead. Maybe every single other person decided to take the helicopter.
For most backpacking trips, hikers are required to carry all of the necessary gear, food, and water on their packs for the duration of their trip. Havasu Falls, though, is a bit unique in that there's a number of ways for hikers who may not be able to carry their own packs to be able to make it to the campground. For example, people are allowed to take the helicopter in from the hilltop trailhead all the way to Supai Village, which is about 2 miles from the campground. The helicopter costs $100 per person one way and an extra $50 per luggage.
Not a bad deal.
It's worth noting the helicopter doesn't fly every single day, and also there isn't a way that you can reserve a spot.
Wow, so definitely don't rely on that as an option.
Exactly.
It's actually not unusual for the helicopter flights to be canceled for several days at a time. And like a lot of things with the Havasu Falls camping experience, it can be pretty fluid and chaotic. Sometimes they let you take your luggage, sometimes they don't, sometimes the prices change. So it's not always consistent. At the end of the day, we wouldn't recommend coming to Havasu Falls unless you're prepared to carry all of your gear both in and out.
We just passed through the village and wow, it was so cute. It's a bummer that you can't film or video there, but I totally understand it. So we're headed to find a campground right now. There are some campgrounds that are about a mile away from the village. You just keep hiking past it to the waterfalls. But we've heard that if you keep going, they get more and more beautiful as you get closer to the falls. So that's our plan. We just walked around this corner and bam! Wow!
How turquoise it is!
Wow! Oh.
As much as we want to just stare and probably jump into Havasu Falls, our backs are heavy and we haven't eaten since like 5 a.m. So I think we're gonna go put our stuff down, have some lunch, and then explore these beautiful waterfalls.
Every day, approximately 350 people can camp in the campground, whereas less than 100 people can stay in the lodge. Honestly, the Havasu campground was really crowded and we had a pretty tough time finding a site. Given the price of the permits, we honestly would prefer it if either there were less campers there or if there were extra campsites.
This definitely isn't the campsite that we would have preferred to have. This campsite is super crowded. Like every single space along the little creek is totally packed, but we're camping on top of Mooney Falls. So I can basically see like a sliver of this 200-foot turquoise waterfall. It's kind of right in the sun, so it's a little hot. But otherwise, we love it. It's private, got some nice views, and we got a spot, so that's all one can ask for. The hike this morning didn't feel very hard, but it is currently 5 p.m. and we are making dinner already. We're just really tired and going to go to bed super early today. Really all we did today is set up our campsite. We went to Havasu Falls for just a minute, but it was actually pretty chilly, and then came back here and watched some Netflix, and then hopefully we're gonna get some rest tonight, eat some yummy food, and then we're going to explore more of this beautiful land tomorrow.
You're welcome.
This looks awesome. So we're sitting and eating dinner, and I just think it's kind of weird that humans decide to go into the middle of nowhere and camp for long periods of time when, you know, you can easily have electricity or microwaves or running water, and instead we're just like, nah, I'm gonna go sleep on the ground and actually like go to significant lengths to do so. But we are sitting here eating dinner and there's all of these people around us enjoying it. I don't know, it's just a special experience to share with other humans. Are you enjoying yourself, Justin?
I'm enjoying my couscous.
That's good.
Whoa, my hair. So it is,
Like 7:30.
but it feels like 11:30.
We've been up for a while.
We had some guy just effectively knock on our tent and yell, and we were like, what's going on? And he was like, no camping on the edge, which is really frustrating because we literally just asked somebody if it was okay to camp in this spot here, and he was like, who? We said, we described it, and then his response was, not on my watch. So I guess it's like literally 10 minutes till sunset right now.
So now we have to figure out where to move our tent and how to move it.
And there's no spaces here. This is like unbelievably inconvenient.
Poor timing.
Yeah, very.
So we found a new campsite pretty quickly. It was about, I don't know, 100 yards or so away from our old campsite. Bad news is, though, it is surrounded by cacti and obviously not on the rim of Mooney Falls. It's not that big of a deal to get told to move. It just kind of sucks that it was right as we were trying to go to sleep, and that we had specifically asked if it was okay. Justin and I are definitely rule followers, so it's always kind of aggravating when we ask somebody if it's okay to do something and then we're later told a different story. But we have a new campsite, new tent, and we're safe and all is well and ready for bed.
Wow, that was a first. Good morning. It is our second day. We are right over the edge of the falls. Jessica, are you awake?
Hi.
There she is. She emerges. How'd you sleep?
I slept pretty well. I was pretty worried about how cold it was going to get, given how frosty it was in Howard the night before. It got like well below freezing. But
By the way, Howard is what we name our car, in case anyone watching doesn't know.
But it had to be like, I don't know, 50 degrees or something like that.
Yeah, I slept in shorts, and I didn't even have this jacket on. I was just in shorts and a t-shirt all night, and I was even a little too warm for the first half of the night.
How did you sleep?
Pretty good, but I could definitely use a cup of coffee.
Coming right up. Just kidding. Justin is making the coffee this morning.
I'll be your barista for the day.
Also, I want to point out we have reached a new level of bougie that we have brought a milk frother with us.
Our friends at Cinderbird sent us these matcha lattes that have oat milk in it, so you don't have to bring any milk. They told us that if you froth it up with a milk frother, it would be extra delicious. So, like, of course I got it. Yeah. Oh, sweet caffeine.
Can I smell? I love the smell of matcha.
Yeah.
Matcha goodness.
We're sitting here waiting for our water to boil, and wow, this place is so unbelievably beautiful. That's our tent.
Supposedly, the Havasupai tribe believes this is a sacred land, and I totally understand why. I mean, it's just so beautiful from the walls of the canyon to the color of the river. It's just like, I've never seen a place that looks like this.
Yeah, I think this is so unique because if it were part of Grand Canyon National Park, there's no way you'd be allowed to camp here. I think the fact that it's tribal land and you pay a ton of money is the only reason we're allowed to camp here, but I'm really grateful for the experience. All right. Every backcountry camper has their own luxury item that's kind of ridiculous for carrying. Mine happens to be a milk frother. Oh.
I'm so glad we got that one.
Wow. Well, turns out I need practice. Maybe start with the milk frother inside the cup first. Well, good thing I boiled extra water.
Take two.
We're gonna add some matcha powder back. Okay. This is not a perfect sign. Put some more hot water. I put it on the highest setting. I think I'm gonna go low. I'm gonna submerge it first. This is not working very well.
Maybe it's meant for like tall, like bigger vessels.
Every backcountry camper has their ridiculous luxury item that they unnecessarily tow the weight of up the side of a mountain. Mine happens to be a milk frother. Oh.
Matcha goodness.
Today is Mooney Falls Day. Mooney Falls is a 200-foot waterfall, and it's actually the tallest waterfall that's in the Grand Canyon. And the only way that you can get down is to climb down this series of sketchy chains and stairs. I'm pretty terrified of heights. It's like my one irrational fear. I've been trying to psych myself up for like months to do this. I'm just gonna do it. It's gonna happen. But I did wake up pretty early this morning just thinking about doing it. But yeah, cross your fingers, send your positive vibes, and let's conquer Mooney Falls.
Okay, so I want to show you what we're about to do. So Jessica and I have a 10-mile hike this morning, and the first stop is this epic waterfall, and unfortunately the way to get there is kind of sketch. Let me see if I can show you. So we go down this epic rock face, and I don't see anyone going down it at the moment, but you pretty much hike down this vertical wall right here using chains. We watched a few people do it yesterday, and it was pretty creepy.
It effectively looks like they're climbing rocks, but I know that there's stairs built into it, and I haven't heard of anyone getting injured on it. That's giving me, a person who is pretty terrified of heights, enough solace to give it a go. I've literally heard of people like crying on the way down, like crying with every step, but every single person that I've read has been like, I did it, I was sobbing, I was so terrified, it's the scariest thing I've ever done in my life, but I'm so happy that I did it. I think that's probably gonna be me, but gotta do things that scare you sometimes.
I brought a GoPro with a little backpack clip, so I'm gonna see if I can get you a first-person view. Whew. Wow, it's pretty. Oh, wow. I think you've gotten me so psyched up. I love how people have to be told not to jump off a 200-foot cliff. All right, we begin our descent. Wow, what an entrance. Wow, those are some sharp rocks. Look at that. Wow. This morning we are hiking down the sketchiest waterfall cliff in North America. That is incredible. Wow, dude, this is no joke. Ooh. Wow, that's pretty. Oh my God. Careful.
Wow. So cool.
Whoa, look at this. Wow. Whoa. Descend at your own risk. Yeesh. Oh my God, do you have to go through that? Oh my God. Whoa. Holy crap. Oh, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Okay. Wow. That is sketchy. Yeah. Now I can see why you wouldn't want to do this at night. Oh. Wow. Oh. That's crazy. Ugh. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. That's crazy. Wow.
It's so beautiful.
Oh my God. Jess, there's an entire pile with hundreds of gloves. Well, maybe we didn't need to buy gloves after all. You see this?
Big hands. I think it's probably good that you have some.
Look at that view. That's freaking crazy. Wow. You ready?
Yeah, I'm scared, but we'll be okay.
If you don't feel comfortable, we can
We
turn.
got this, we got this.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just go so slow.
Yeah. This is definitely the riskiest thing. Should I stop talking about it?
Stop talking. Yeah. Go slow, be careful. We're gonna help each other and we'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. Wow. That is insane. Okay. So far, so good. Maybe don't look that way. Wow. Wow. That is exhilarating. Holy. Oh. Other people are going down there, so we gotta go slow. You got this. Nice and slow. You got this. There's a chain on your right too. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely smart to have the tall guy go first. You got this. You got this. Woo. Okay. Whew. You got this, Schmidt. Two hands, two hands. Oh, she's going forward.
I can see better this way.
Nice and slow, don't crowd me, all right? No, you're okay. So we're waiting on some other people to hike down in front of us. These views are absolutely insane. This is so incredible.
This looks insane. The rocks are super slippery. The chains are super slippery. It's steep as like, this is no joke.
There's a version of Justin that would have never done this.
Mooney Falls is named after a man named Mooney who tried to climb this waterfall before this trail was built and died. So there's real risk associated with this. Don't do this unless you have training.
Okay, our descent continues. The group in front of us is locking in with a carabiner every few feet. So it's taking them a bit longer. Probably not a bad idea if you prefer living. This part is definitely sketchier. Holy sh**. Oh man, if you think this is sketchy, wait till you see the next part. You have to climb a wooden ladder down. Hey, give me a little breathing room, okay? I think we should do this part backwards. Okay. Oh my God. Wow, this particular part right here is the worst. Yep. Whoa. Okay. Okay. That's intense. Okay. So I'm just gonna have you park there when you get to it. Okay. No, wait. So bring your feet together there. Yep. And then step down with your right foot. There you go. And bring your left foot down with it. And just park there. You got it? Okay. And then I have no clue where to go. Holy this is no joke, dude. Oh my God. Okay.
Be careful.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh wow. Wow. Holy sh**. That's not great. Yeah. Yeah. I just need a minute to figure this out. Okay. You should not do what I did. Okay. I feel like, hold on. Wait. I need to go over here. Okay. This is definitely the scariest thing I've ever done in my life, without a doubt. Holy shit. Okay. All right. So, see if you can put your foot, let's see this rope to your left? Grab that with your left hand. Okay. And now put your left foot here. You got it? Okay. Now, you see this right here? Put your right foot here. It's very slippery, so tuck your foot in. Okay, now, see if you can tuck your left foot down into there. Okay, now, have good foot, put both feet on it. Move your left hand to the right chain, and then step down one rung with your left foot. Yeah, or switch your, if you can, switch your left foot down. There you go. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Are you okay? You need help? Okay. And then you're gonna come over, see if you can lower yourself. Okay, you got it? Yeah. You good? Okay. Okay. Hey, give me, okay, let's not high five yet. Let's not high five yet. Okay. Wow. All right, so we should probably turn around for this. I wish there was chains here. Okay, don't pull on that. Okay. I am stepping on a ladder. All right. Wow, you do not want to do this in the dark. Holy. Holy. Whoa. Okay. 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 All right. You got it. Nice. Go slow, go slow, go slow. Your butt's so muddy. I guess there's worse problems.
If that's the biggest issue that I get out of this one, I'm doing good.
Okay, I'm on the last ladder. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. Oh. I've never been so grateful to be on a ladder in my life. Wow. This ladder is not for short people. Oh man. Okay, you got this. You got this. Wow. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Oh. Hey.
Oh, we did it!
How was that?
Terrifying, good, bad, scary.
Look at this view though. Oh my God. Wow.
Wow.
You think it's gonna be easier or harder going back up?
I've heard it's easier.
How on earth is that woman swimming in this water? It's so
I'm gonna go get in.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
That descent was absolutely crazy. Frankly, I don't know if I would ever do it again. Well, I'd really have to work up some encouragement. Something we didn't capture on camera, and I actually didn't know about it when it happened. I think Jess kept this from me. You fell behind a ladder when you were climbing down, right?
Yeah, so there's essentially two different tiers of ladders. One's a shorter one that you reach first, and then the second is approximately maybe like 8 to 10 feet tall. So Justin was climbing down that one, and I was basically holding my body weight with my arms on chains, and for whatever reason, my hand slipped out of the chains. Thankfully, there was sort of like a divot, I would say, in the rock, like right behind the ladder, and so I only fell a couple feet and was able to catch myself in that divot. But I think even honestly, if I had fallen to the ground, I was only like 10 feet, but regardless, you don't really want to be falling. My husband is beneath me, and I, theoretically could have knocked you off, but additionally, it's just very scary. I've been terrified of the Mooney Falls climb for a while, and like my worst fear would be falling off of it.
A lot of people recommend that you hike down Mooney Falls wearing gloves. Jessica and I were kind of on the fence about that, and I wasn't really sure it was necessary, but wow, those chains are so wet, so muddy, so slippery. I am incredibly glad that I brought those gloves with me. Well, I know you've been worried about hiking down Mooney Falls for like years now. We've talked about it all the time. I guess in hindsight, how was it?
I mean, it was really scary. I'm definitely proud of myself. There's these bucket list hikes that I really want to do, but they have scary portions of it. The only ones that come to mind right now are the Kolula Trail in Kauai and Havasu Falls on the Mooney Falls portion. When I can't sleep at night, portions of these hikes will like play in my brain and I won't be able to go to sleep. I knew that I really, really, really wanted to climb down Mooney Falls, and so I watched like YouTube videos of people doing it and read all these reports that were in my online Facebook groups of people that have done it and conquered their fears. And to be honest, the YouTube videos looked pretty scary.
Yeah.
But I just kept telling myself, I've never read about anybody getting injured on it. I've never heard of anybody falling on it. But the thing is, if like one person lets a water bottle fall out of their backpack or, you know, accidentally slips or something, not only is that person probably going to die, but literally all
Everybody
of the
else
people behind them.
Yeah.
And so I went into the hike feeling pretty good about it, but then you saw the people hiking down the cliff and were like, wait a second, is that what we're doing?
Oh yeah, we were up on the ledge. We had found a camping site. Jessica and I were just admiring the beauty of Mooney Falls from 200 feet up until I noticed these tiny little dots scaling a vertical wall that looked like it was made of jagged rock knives. And I seriously almost told her right there I was not going to be hiking down. It's really scary. Jessica and I have hiked thousands of miles on very sketchy trails all over the world. We have a lot of experience, and I know everyone's experience is different. I'm sure some rock climbers watching this would say, that's a walk in the park, but please know your own limitations because this is not for everyone. It really took a lot of courage for us to go down there. And I've started editing this video. Every single time I get to the point of the video where I have to watch the footage of us going down, Jessica has to watch me start hyperventilating, and then my feet, my hands start sweating again. I mean, I feel like it's even scarier every time I rewatch it. So seriously, know your limitations. It's a pretty scary hike. If you're an advanced hiker and you're familiar with scrambling, I don't think you should have any problems. But if you have mobility issues,
Or if you're scared of heights,
maybe just admire Mooney Falls from up high and go enjoy some of the other beautiful falls that are behind it closer to the village. I am absolutely drenched. I didn't know what to do, like wear my coat during the thing and then be cold afterwards. But anyway, I'm so glad that I wore my coat down. Now I can take it off. It's actually not that cold outside, so I'm gonna take this thing off, let it air dry, and I guess we'll be hiking 10 miles today down this canyon behind me. After you get done with the terrifying Mooney Falls, there's two major features that you can hike to on the trail. Beaver Falls, which is a series of beautiful turquoise cascading pools, which is about 3 miles downstream from Mooney Falls. And past that, the confluence where the turquoise waters of Havasu Creek meets the muddy brown waters of the Colorado River, the same river that formed the massive Grand Canyon that we all know today. And our mission for today is to hike to the confluence.
Well, we just took a bunch of time to put our boots back on, and we got to this river, and it looks like it's about 3 feet deep, so I think we're just gonna wear our sandals for the rest of the hike if we can.
I think that's a lot better than wet socks and boots.
But I'm glad we brought the boots for that descent.
100%. They're definitely going back on.
For the
going back
descent,
up.
right, yeah.
Our plan is today to go to Beaver Falls and the confluence of the Colorado River, where it turns from this beautiful lime color into kind of like a chocolate milky brown color. We have to be back to Mooney Falls before dark though, so we gotta go.
After you. Woo-hoo. Oh. Oh. Jess already got a taste of the water. This is my first time today. Wow, it's cold. Wow. This is so beautiful. Oh, that's cool. Wow. That'll wake you up.
That'll wake you up.
I'm glad we did not put our boots back on again. Wow, this is pretty. I cannot believe this trail. Jess, we are gonna be so tired by the end of today.
I was a little bit worried that I wasn't going to be in hiking shape today. I feel pretty good right now, but yeah, I think by the end of the day I'm going to be
The ice cold water is great for inflammation on in our legs.
This trail is definitely an adventure, eh?
Wow, it's going very slow.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to be doing this much faster. This is our third river crossing, and we've only gone like half a mile into this 10-mile trail today. I'm a little worried that we're not going to make it back to Mooney Falls before dark, but hey, at least we'll be trapped in a really beautiful spot.
We are not going to be at Mooney Falls by dark.
I am just almost in tears with how beautiful this is. Wow, I've never been someplace with, this is just, I don't have the words. I don't have the words to describe this. The canyon walls are so impossibly tall. Wow, what an incredible experience. Amazing. This trail is so beautiful top to bottom. There is not an inch of this trail that isn't a total spectacle.
And it's definitely an adventure. There's not a single second that you're not like, what am I doing right
Yeah, this is not an NPS trail. Like, this is not well maintained. If you do this, definitely make sure that you have All Trails Plus so that you can use their offline maps feature to track your route on GPS while you're offline, don't have cell service. Oh my God. This place is so beautiful.
Every single second that you turn, it's just like turquoise waterfall, red rock canyon, crazy everywhere.
Well said. I did not expect to see palm trees, let alone a palm tree tunnel. Whoa. Oh my God. This might just be heaven, Jess.
I think heaven would have less sketchy ladders.
Yeah. Oh my God. Speaking of which, wait till you see that. Look at this.
Oh dear.
Wow. Well, that's about as sketchy as it gets. Okay. All right. That's incredible.
At least the ladder looks well constructed.
This might be more treacherous than the thing earlier. It's beautiful, folks, but it's pretty sketchy. Okay, so you're gonna have to grab this rope. You see the red rope? You're gonna have to grab that, yeah, with that hand, and then, yeah, that's what I mean. Don't let go of the rope, don't let go of the rope. Because of where we were camping, we thought that we only had to go 10 miles round trip. We're 2 miles in right now, and we just got to the sign that says Confluence 6 miles one way, which means round trip we'd need to be doing like 16 miles today. And it says don't pass any later than 10:30, and right now it's 10:11 a.m. and we're not particularly fast hikers because we take lots of photos and videos.
We had originally planned to hike to the Confluence, which was what thought was 10 miles there and back from our campsite. It turns out All Trails was totally wrong and that it was actually going to be 16 miles, which meant when we left, we just wouldn't have enough time to get back before dark. And as you saw earlier, the descent to Mooney Falls is pretty sketchy, which means that the ascent is going to be just as sketchy. So we are just taking the afternoon and hanging out at Beaver Falls. I was pretty disappointed, but all things considered, if this is your plan B, it's okay.
Justin does not like cold water, so this is his version of swimming here.
We are going up from Beaver Falls, and there are crazy, sketchy ladders basically the entire way down. Let me show you. And this is sketchy ladder number 2. And this is sketchy ladder number 3. As you'll notice, it is decidedly missing a rung, but Justin's got it, no problem. If you want to hike to both Beaver Falls and the Confluence, you should be planning for at least a 16-mile round trip hike, and I would recommend starting as early as possible, like sunrise, so that you'll have a chance to go back and forth to the Confluence and, more importantly, hike up Mooney Falls before dark.
Wow, that was so crazy.
So I had to step off trail to go pee, and when I walked while I was peeing,
Like literally the second Jess walked away, there was like a group of 10 people, and they like all look at me at the same time and go, shh, and then they point, and I noticed there's a bighorn sheep, and I reflexively like shoot to Jess, over to Jess, and I'm like, and then I realized, oh no, they just told me not to yell.
Meanwhile, though, I heard somebody that sounded like they were literally like running through the forest, and I thought it was a man that like saw me, or it was, I don't know. I didn't know, but it just made me very
Not
scared.
the sound you want to hear while you're peeing.
Yeah, exactly. So then I walked over to Justin, and he said there was just a bighorn sheep on the trail, and I was like, oh, I wonder if it ran off by me. And so we walked, and that scallywag of a bighorn sheep must have been watching me pee, because he was standing like right there, but everyone else had left. So we just had this like private, he was just like frolicking through
this stream behind
having
us.
a bunch of snacks. It was like super cool. And one of the things that I was so upset about not being able to go to the confluence is that there's supposed to be bighorn sheep everywhere. So I'm really happy that we got to see one, and like a long showing. We watched it for probably like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we have really bad luck with seeing wildlife, so this was a huge win in our book.
Very cool. Thank you, Grand Canyon gods. We appreciate you. We are almost back to Mooney Falls, and we noticed this very weird ladder on the side of the cliffs that are leading to these cave-looking things, and Justin just asked me if I wanted to climb up it. Wait till you see this. This tiny, very long, extremely sketchy, look at how far the rungs are apart, ladder.
Zoom in even more. Oh my god. And it says enter the dragon.
I don't even know too. Oh, maybe there's like a ledge here, but yeah. Wow, that's terrifying looking. No, Justin, I do not want to do that today.
Had enough adventure?
Enough adventure.
Okay. Now that we're here in the evening and there's light, I cannot believe that we hiked up this. Oh my god. Wow. That is sketchy.
If you've been watching this video and wondering why these waterfalls look like that, it's because of lime. That creates this marvelous turquoise color in the water, but my favorite part of it is it creates these really unique looking rock formations. I've literally never seen anything like it. It's like gothic icicles made of sandstone or something. It's so cool, and it makes this already so epic looking waterfall look even more out of this world.
Well, there's a bunch of people going up, and for whatever reason, 2 people have decided to come down, and it's creating a traffic jam. And Jessica's very wet. There she goes. There she goes, almost there. Focus. You got this. Focus. That part's slippery.
That actually might be a little bit scarier going up.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Like, we are so much wetter.
Yeah, I'm soaked.
I just realized I did all that without my glasses. But frankly, like, everything I was grabbing was 5 inches from my face. I didn't really need them. Please forgive my dirty lens. We're almost there. Wow, look at that. Oh. Don't hit your head. She emerges.
So we got back to our campsite. Our trash bag was on the ground.
Our bag was still hanging, but there's a big hole in our dry bag.
I'm kind of scared to look in it.
Let's see if mice ate our food or if there's still a mouse in there right now. Okay, so far so good. They didn't eat the matcha powder.
Did not eat the milk frother?
Didn't eat the milk frother. Didn't eat our cook kit. Wow, I did not think that they would chew a hole through this bag.
So is there, what's up with our food?
Okay. Looks like all our food's still here. Maybe they weren't able to get past the I had like all the heavy shit on top, like the cook it and stuff, so maybe they just weren't able to get past it. I can't believe they climbed this pole, chewed a hole in the top of the dry bag.
Yeah, they did all of that and then didn't even eat anything?
Don't make the same mistake that we did, and be sure to get either a rat sack or a bear canister so that rascal rodents can't get into your food.
How would you say that Mooney Falls day was?
I don't think I've ever felt more adrenaline.
I don't think I got this on camera, but Justin was like, I feel so alive.
Climbing down and up those falls are definitely the craziest thing I've ever done in my life.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
So it's Wednesday. Jessica and I were just walking back into town and we found out that everyone has cleared out. Maybe it's just the timing. People want to show up on the weekends and leave on a Wednesday. Anyway, Jessica found this super beautiful spot and I love her very much and she wants to move to it, so we're gonna make it happen. But I'm too lazy to pack up the tent for the third time, so we're gonna carry it by hand like about a quarter mile, and hopefully we don't look like complete idiots to everyone else in the campground. Not a bad spot, right?
And it really wasn't that bad. People did look at us like we were insane, but
There are some people that laughed. There are some people that even offered to pay us to move their tent.
This spot is so pretty.
Even last night we were walking into town and back, and this place was totally full. And I think it kind of is making more sense. We showed up on Monday night.
yeah, we showed up on a Monday,
So-
we're leaving on a Thursday. We're guessing that people show up Saturday and Sunday so that they don't have to take off more days of work, which means that the campground's more likely to be a bit more empty Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, wow. But I imagine other people are hiking down right now.
Right. But we got the good spot.
This spot rocks. Oh, look at what we had to do to Jess. We had to tie the boots, our trash.
I feel like I'm like a 1920s like hobo that rides the rails with my rucksack and boots.
We gave so many people a laugh this morning as we passed them. Wow, that was a freaking workout.
Yeah, you have to hold your arms like this.
Nice.
Okay, so this is day 2 of Justin using the milk frother to make matcha, and I have to say your milk frother skills are definitely improving.
Look at that. Look at how frothy it is. You know, the trick is use a bigger vessel to froth in. Those tiny cups were way too small.
Big mistake.
Thus the matcha explosion.
Check out our campsite. It's like blue waterfalls as far as the eye can see. Ooh, matcha porn.
Oh, doesn't that look good?
That does look delicious.
Today's moving a little bit slower than we had anticipated. We had a laundry list of to-do items.
Today is mostly supposed to be like a chill day, but for our blog and a couple brands we're working with, we have various things that we need to do. But our hope is that we're still going to get to go to 50-foot falls, Navajo Falls, and Hidden Falls, which are just kind of like smaller, lesser known waterfalls here that are still super beautiful. So I think we'll have plenty of time to do that.
But first, Jessica's gonna finish her mocha. I'm gonna finish my matcha, and we'll see you later. There's a lot of really interesting aspects about this hike that we've never seen before while backcountry camping. Like this wheelbarrow, we've noticed multiple times over the course of this hike, people that are coming in, literally going downhill all the way from the village with this wheelbarrow full of their luggage, which is just weird because typically backcountry campers wear it on their back. My guess is it might be people who are taking the helicopter in or using mules to carry their bags all the way down to the village, and then the mules can't go any further than the campground area because there's this kind of sketchy bridge crossing.
As we've alluded to before, hikers can hire pack mules for $400 per person round trip, We'd strongly discourage you from doing this though. Unfortunately, the mules are treated very poorly and in some cases are literally worked to death in the extreme heat of the Grand Canyon. We've even read reports of dead mules being just left on the side of the trail. Unfortunately, we saw some of this abuse ourselves. On our way back to the trailhead, we hiked for hours alongside a trail of blood dripping from one of the mules that had an injury.
We know this is difficult to hear, especially if you have mobility issues and this hike is on your bucket list, but if able, we strongly encourage you to take the helicopter and stay in the lodge.
There's a lot of people who just flat out don't follow the leave no trace principles, leaving garbage or things that they just don't feel like carrying out along this hike. We kind of suspect it's because there's things like mules, helicopters, this wheelbarrow to help people in and out. So if you come here, please follow the leave no trace principles and pack out everything you pack in.
This hike is pretty unique, I think, because it's so accessible due to the donkeys and helicopters. A lot of people are here that are typically not familiar with backcountry camping. So I understand that people who are coming here and using mules and helicopters are probably just not familiar with the rules of the trail. So again, please follow leave no trace principles, pack out everything that you bring in.
Like propane tanks, sleeping bags, water jugs, anything.
There's no trash service here and it's incredibly difficult to get anything out and everything has to be brought in by helicopter. So do your part. Thanks.
We are just arriving at Havasu Falls for the very first time. Look at the color of that water. That's unbelievable.
I almost want to cry. I've wanted to come here for like 5 years probably, and it's finally come true. It's such a special, beautiful place, and I just feel so lucky to be here. I'm so grateful to the Havasupai people for helping their incredibly beautiful land to us, and that we have legs and lungs and everything that will carry us here. It's just really special. When I think some place is like super beautiful and super special, I get very verklempt is what my mom would say.
Now I'm getting emotional. I'm a little verklempt.
I can't believe it's taken us 4 years of trying for permits to finally get a chance to come here.
COVID effed a lot of that up, but
Yeah.
we're here. It's a special time. It's just pure magic.
On our last day, we're trying to hit the kind of 3 lesser known waterfalls here, which are 50-foot Navajo and Hidden Falls. They're not very well marked, and in fact, none of the trails here are. So we'd highly recommend downloading the trails on All Trails Plus offline so that you can access them even if you don't have internet. Unfortunately, I couldn't find trail maps for 50-foot Navajo and Hidden, but you can see them on the All Trails maps if you download one of the trails for the longer hikes, more famous hikes like the Mooney Falls Trail.
This trail kind of feels like you're hiking through a jungle. Much sporty.
Oh, it's so much cooler.
Yeah, it feels great.
Wow.
This is the entrance to 50-foot falls. Pretty epic.
So we're at 50-foot falls, which looks pretty freaking epic, but unfortunately, there's no way to get through but for swimming, and we brought our backpack with all of our camera gear in it. So Jessica's gonna go on a photo mission by herself. Wow, this place is something totally out of a movie. This feels so good on a hot day.
I don't really think there's any way you can access the falls without like walking in quite a bit of water. And if you can't tell, the bottom is quite muddy and slippery. So definitely come with Havas or hiking sandals and get prepared to get wet.
Wow.
The other waterfall we were looking for is Navajo Falls, and as mentioned before, there's like no trail signs really, but this looks pretty promising, I'd say. So hopefully we find it, and this time Justin can join in the waterfall fun because it is a saucy day and water sounds like it would be
Yes, it does.
very nice right now. We somehow got it all to ourselves, and it's just like panoramic waterfall. Justin never gets into cold water, so this is a special experience. How can you not get into the cold water here?
This might be one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my entire life.
There's like those crazy line formations, ferns, waterfalls, canyons. Everywhere you look, it's insane.
The sky
bad at all. Oh my God. Go through it.
It feels good.
Wow, this place is so pretty.
The crazy thing is this isn't even one of the popular falls. Like people usually skip this waterfall.
Wow, this is like probably my favorite one so far. Wow, look at that. So we finally found Hidden Falls. It's right here behind us, and wow, it was very difficult to find and very sketchy to get down to.
There's lots of water crossings and like walking across, not exaggerating, like 6-inch rock walls that jut out. It's just a little, it would be very easy to fall and hurt yourself on the trail. So we met this guy yesterday who told us about this. We never had heard about it before. It's not on all trails, it's not on Google, it's not on Havasupai's own map. So when we were walking here, we were like, is this guy just messing with us because we've never heard of it? And he also said that it was his favorite waterfall out of all of them. And to be honest, I don't know that it was either of our favorites.
I mean, it's clearly beautiful, but I would say Navajo was my favorite of this entire week. It was absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. Fern canyons, green and 360 degrees, and it was very private. There weren't that many people there.
There were several times that we just had it totally to ourselves. It basically looks like it should be in the Pacific Northwest, but then you'll turn around and you'll be like, bam, canyon wall. I'd say my personal favorite is Mooney Falls, just because of the creepy claw hands that are hanging off, and also because I conquered my fear by going there.
This is officially our last waterfall of this 4-day trip.
This was literally like a dream come true. I've been wanting to come here for so long, and it's been so special. I really want to come back sometime and do the confluence and see all of these beautiful places again.
Well said. Okay, well, we'll see you back at the campground.
Our last meal at Havasu Falls is Backpacker's Pantry Pad Thai, and it literally comes with a packet of peanut butter, which I can't tell whether that's genius or kind of nasty.
I am so excited about it. I love some peanut butter.
I literally call Justin the Winnie the Pooh of peanut butter. I will regularly catch him taking a spoonful of peanut butter with like a slightly guilty look on his face. Oh bother. It says stir well. This is Justin's version of stirring well.
This is a little backpacker pro tip. If you get one of these little backpacker meals, they're way easier to eat if you cut them. And Justin has a handy dandy Swiss Army knife kind of thing. He is making my meal more easily accessible.
Ta-da!
Okay, so we have to wake up tomorrow at like 4 to hike out. It's actually going to be a pretty saucy day, and the hike up was pretty steep, so I think we're probably going to call it a night after this. So we'll see you tomorrow. Can you do the hand thing?
Well, it is officially our last morning, and we just hiked up past the campground. We're on our way to the village. It is a little steep from the campground to the village, so we are already huffing and puffing.
And it's like kind of already warm.
Yeah.
Which is a little worrisome because it's like 5:30.
Yeah, this is like, it looks a little bit brighter because of the auto exposure, but it's very dark outside right now. And like this is the first light of the day, so I'm very glad we got an early start. We woke up at 4, and we'll see how quickly we make it back to the car. Our goal is to get there before 10. So at 9 a.m. it's supposed to be 71 degrees, and by 10 it's supposed to jump up to 78 and get even hotter and hotter. I think it's gonna get up to 85 today. So our goal is to get to the really steep part by 9 and hike up that last mile by 10.
We'd highly recommend bringing along a water filter. We use something called the Sawyer Mini Squeeze or something along those lines. It's super teeny tiny, and I think it costs like $20. There is a freshwater spring by the campground, but honestly it looks a little sketchy. And there was supposed to be some kind of freshwater spigot in the village, which we were hoping to fill up at, but we couldn't find the water in the village, and it really wasn't marked by a sign, and that kind of leads to a sort of bigger overall comment about the infrastructure here. They definitely could invest some of the money that they make from selling all of these permits to bettering
the trail system and the campground. We regularly went into the toilets that were in the campground. There wasn't toilet paper. There's like no signs for trailheads anywhere. Like for example, Navajo 50-foot hidden falls, you just sort of have to like guess where those trails are. There's signs on the bathroom that said like don't lock the door, you're going to lock yourself in, and if you do lock yourself in, I have no idea how you're going to get out because nobody has cell service. I would not let that keep you away from visiting. It's still a magical place. It is definitely something though that I kind of wish they would invest a little bit more money into.
You see that sun up there? That is what we are trying to beat. Right now, the sun is about 100 feet up on that canyon wall. We are about 4.7 miles in to our hike back to Hilltop, which means we are probably halfway there.
I think last time that we were walking in, the sun didn't start beating on the trail until like 9 a.m. So we still have 2 hours, but that still means I think we probably will be doing that hike up the steep part in the sun.
A little bit in the sun. At least our water bottles are full.
Yeah. I think we'll be okay, and I actually think we're making pretty good time.
Yeah.
We're doing lots of stopping and filtering water and eating breakfast and stuff, so all things considered, we're flying.
It's 9 a.m. We've gone 8.8 miles. I am really pooped. And I see a sign right in front of me. And I'm really hoping it's the beginning of the ascent because we wanted to be there by 9. Let's see. Is this it? Yeah, to Hilltop. Dude, we made it here 1 minute ahead of schedule. How are you feeling?
My fever, my shoulders hurt, but Howard is waiting for us, and so is beer and pizza and ice cream, so.
And coffee.
So.
Let's drink some water before we go up. Okay. All right, I'll see you at the top. We can finally see the hilltop. See that little structure up there? That's it.
Could be lying to myself, but so far this steep part doesn't really seem that bad, and
You bite your tongue.
blessedly cloud cover.
Oh yeah. Now that we're on the ascent, it looks like the hilltop is like straight up over us, and wow, it looks really far away. And oh my God, I'm beat. Man, it is so much steeper than I remembered. They got it easy. Not fair. Oh man.
The trail itself isn't terribly hard, but honestly it's just the giant cliff looming above me, and I think we only have like half a mile left, and I have no idea how we're gonna climb all of that in half a mile.
Yeah, it's definitely psychological at this point.
Yeah, I think I'm just not gonna look at it and just put
Yeah.
1 foot.
That's the best strategy.
The trail's not too bad, she said. It'd be fun, she said. I can see the trailhead. That's like the bathroom right in front of me. So close.
You got this. Woo! You're so close. Woo! You got this. Woo!
I'm taking the pressure off. Can we hike from the bottom up? Can I get a high five? So, final thoughts?
Well, that was super tough, but super worth it. What an incredibly beautiful hike. Definitely one of the most beautiful I've ever seen. Some of the infrastructure on the trail definitely leaves a lot to be desired, but the beauty of the trail is definitely a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. I've been wanting to do this for so long, so this has just been like literally a dream come true. If you want to follow the rest of our adventures from the southernmost point of the United States in Key West, Florida, all the way up to Tuktoyakta in the Arctic Circle of Canada, be sure to subscribe and like this video.
Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Bye.